Thanks for joining us for another episode of Executive Benefits Simplified. My name is David Cox with Benefit RFP, and as always, I have Bob Nienaber here with me. And today, I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable for a minute. One thing that I've been, I don't know if struggle is the right word, but why not? That's the one that came to mind. Let's go with it. One of the things is I've stepped into this role working with companies and consulting on executive benefits plans has been, the case where we're brought in by another broker or advisor, Bob. And I know we do a ton of work direct with companies. We get a lot of referrals into companies, but I know that we also do a fair amount of work that come through referral partners and 401k advisors, folks that are working with executives and business owners and things like that bring us in for our expertise. And I know those can go really well. But it's one of those things that I've candidly had a little bit of trouble bringing across the finish line. Some of these broker initiated opportunities. I've got my own thoughts, but you're the old dog on the block here, Bob. You've been doing this a long time. What are your thoughts? How can I improve my close percentage? How can I get more of these cases across the finish line when I'm brought in by another broker or advisor who's got the relationship with the client?
You ask a pretty open-ended question, so I'm probably going to lose a lot of friends in this conversation. But I've always been very direct with this. I've done presentations for the industry over the last 15 years on this. And one in particular was in Chicago with thousands of brokers in attendance. And I looked at the audience and I said, 10 years from now, I won't know you guys, maybe 85% of you. I won't know you because at the time, a lot of people weren't understanding how technology was about to change their entire industry. The other thing that I looked at is most of those people that are brokers in the audience are people that really, in my experience, and I've been doing this for close to 35 years, I've seen a lot of people that really shouldn't be in our business. They're really not offering advice. They're taking orders. And that's not a consultant that we generally work with. So I made the unpopular comment during these types of presentations that 85% of you will be gone in the next 10 years. And guess what? 85% of those people are gone. Because we know that with internet as its normal technology processes, a lot of sales reps are no longer needed. For example, you can go online and buy any type of insurance. You click, pick something, and then here it is. Here's a policy. Well, those used to be handled by brokers and agents. They're not anymore. The other thing that happens is at the same time, I've had over the 30 plus years of experience working with some of the best consultants, the best agents, the best brokers that I would recommend all day long to clients. And so when I talk about not working with people or 85% of the population, I'm absolutely not talking about those people. Those people not only do a magnificent job of managing their clients, their expectations, helping them through some very difficult process, things like doing executive benefits, put together programs on business succession, which are very complex conversations, doing things like estate planning, working with attorneys and tax advisors. All these are very complex situations that these people absolutely are the top brokers, consultants, agents that handle these conversations. They also understand the value of working with partners that understand when they get into a difficult conversation, especially if it's something that they don't do the back end side very well, not because they don't have the capabilities, but their expertise is on really consulting the client, making sure the relationship is sound, solid, understanding all the facts and facets that are involved. And then they lean on companies like Benefit RFP, who our technology, our whole infrastructure serves clients' needs directly. And so when they come to us, we've seen brokers come in and they say, well, I don't want to split a case with you guys. I've got it handled. I'm going to use a wholesaler. I'm going to go out, and they do it, and they get 35% participation from a company. They get very little contribution. Nobody knows what's going on with the plan because they didn't have the right partners. That's a mistake they're making. That's a naivete. Those are people that'll disappear because then somebody like myself or anybody that has sophistication in this marketplace that is brought in from a strong producer or a consultant, they will not only get those clients out of the mess they're in, but they'll get them into the proper products. They'll get them into the proper plan design. They will get them into understanding from the company side how to get the most out of the plan to seek the best results, as well as every participant in the plan will understand how to get all the most they can out of all these plans, which is the which equals the success rate for them during their retirement. And retirement rates and periods are long term these days. So it really is important. Yes, we have cases that come to us directly because I've done this for a long time, and so people are used to working with me directly. If they have a broker that is working with them, we'll always include the broker. If we have cases that need a broker and they want somebody that's going to work with them, and I'm out in California, David, you're in Kansas. Well, they might want somebody that's in New York City or Florida or wherever. So we'll attach somebody that is a good broker that we know we can depend on in those relationships. So yeah, we don't ask for and we don't want to be a partner with every broker out there. We want to partner with the top people that really have a passion for this business, have a passion for their client success, and have the ability to manage the relationship, and then we'll become their briefcase. We'll support them with every technology necessary for competitive data, for benchmarking data, for administering the plans from start to finish, for doing the annual reviews, all this stuff. We'll do all that stuff. But if they don't have a relationship and they don't understand this business and they were just referred because a client didn't know where to go, we really don't want those relationships. Those are not going to work well. And
Right.
we've seen that for many, many decades.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And I think you hit on something that resonated with me. And it comes down to, look, you brought us in for our expertise. So we gather the data, we run things through our system, through our technology, we present the information. At the end of the day, the broker or the advisor might have been working with that client for a decade or more. And so when they're feeling like they don't know if this is the right thing for them, that's where that broker or advisor relationship is paramount, because they're looking to that long-standing relationship for that nudge in the right direction. And what's important is that we all, throughout this process and throughout the whole cycle here, that we're all understanding that our goal is to do what's best for the company. We're going to listen to what they need. We're going to build out and make recommendations based on what they tell us. And as long as all those things are going the right direction, then we, sometimes that broker, you've got to step in and you've got to nudge your client in the direction that we all know that they need to go for the reasons that we've discussed over the time that we've been working together. So awesome.
Right.
I appreciate it, Bob. Thanks for your input. Thanks for joining.
Thanks.
Have a great day.